Hey guys, welcome back to Fun Fiero. I'm Andy.
I'm Liz.
Guys, we're here to share our fun, love, and passion for all things Disney with you guys. So thanks for hanging out with us today. If you're brand new to our channel, please consider subscribing.
If you like the video, give it a big thumbs up.
Yeah. So guys, today we're talking about is it worth going to Disney World during COVID?
Yeah.
And did we get our money's worth?
Absolutely. Definitely we've had that question from you guys, and so we're just going to delve in a little bit. There's a lot of different moving pieces and parts to that.
Yeah.
So our answer may not be y'all's answer.
Yeah, I mean, was it a good idea? I mean, let's unpack that. I mean, first of all, the tickets to the parks, those are the same price, right?
Yeah, so no discounts there.
No discounts there. We did get some good rates on the hotel rooms on Disney property because of COVID.
So the resorts are pretty good.
Yep. And
we ended up getting a really good deal on our flights. So that worked in our favor too.
Really good deal on the flights.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, for that standpoint, the money part of it was definitely encouraged us to go ahead and go.
Yeah. And things were different, but I'd say things were doable.
Yeah.
Okay, so the restaurants, definitely reduced capacity, that mobile ordering, big, huge push on that. But then you weren't allowed to get into the restaurants until you had, your order done.
Right.
So it's really easier to get a table. Getting in and out of the restaurants kind of flowed. You didn't have to stand there with the cashier and give your card or anything like that, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, and as far as the shopping went, that was kind of different just because you had to wait till there was a certain amount of people could only be inside the retail establishment, whichever one that was. But while you were in there, though, I felt like it was actually a really good experience because there were way less people, and so that way you could, really take your time to, do I want this? Do I want this? And
That's true. However, because our week ended up being the busiest week since the parks have been shut down,
right,
we felt a lot of pressure to ride those rides with Morgan. So we did pass up some shopping opportunities because we're like, well, we'll find it at the World of Disney or we'll find it at Disney Springs.
Yeah.
Which then ended up being ironic because there were certain things that were not available in the parks because they hadn't been restocked by their vendors because of COVID,
right,
that we were able to find at Disney Springs exclusively. So we're like, okay, this worked in our favor.
Yep, and then there's also some stuff at the parks that are park exclusives that you're not going to find at World of Disney.
That's very true.
So there is that as well. So if there's something that you really, really want in the park,
grab it,
because it may not be anywhere else. The masks weren't as bad as we thought.
That's true, because we were really worried.
Yeah.
We're in a very low humidity state as far as Denver and Colorado goes, and we know that Florida is hot and humid, so we were really kind of worried about that. And the masks really weren't as bad as we thought they were going to be. Part of that is because we just gotten a brand new type of mask, because we bought masks at the very beginning of the pandemic, grab whatever's available. These are better, even though they were 3-ply and the other ones were 2-ply. They were just easier to breathe in and out of, and it just made the whole trip it was so super soft, and so it made the trip way better than the earlier masks that we were like, ooh, those are kind of bad.
Yeah, we actually kind of got more and more used to it as it went on. I mean, it took about a day to really get used to it, and then it's just one of those things. Like, hey, you want to be there, wear the mask, and you realize that's what's going to keep everybody safe. That's what's going to keep Disney open and keep everybody coming back. So
you do it.
And you just learn to live with it.
The other thing, was it worth it? We've had the question asked about Galaxy's Edge and how immersive was that, and how did the mask make you feel, and how did the announcements coming out of the loudspeaker, how did that kind of change the mood?
It wasn't. I don't believe it was immersive at all because of COVID. I mean, I just...
Yeah, I found there were certain times that I'd get into the magic, especially walking through the queue. See it on the Smuggler's Run, and being in the queue to get on the Rise of the Resistance when you're finally there, but then you still had cast members saying, hey, back off that 6 feet. Oh yeah, sorry. Because you're winding your way through this cavern and you just don't realize that you're sneaking and encroaching in the party in front of you, or the party behind you is encroaching because they're
well, and the cast members
coming,
I thought were really good about,
they
when you were coming around a corner, there was a cast member standing there saying, stop, just wait.
Yeah, stop, wait, hang on.
Because there's somebody literally right here.
Yeah,
so.
You can't really see over the boulders and stuff in the
more so Rise of the Resistance was that ride. Not so much Smuggler's Run, it's pretty much...
No, it's pretty moving it out. And I did
But unfortunately, it wasn't immersive, just because, I mean, the stormtroopers and Rey and all,
stage, and
they're on stage.
They're socially distanced from you.
Yeah, and they're socially distanced from each other. So there's
and
really.
Kylo Ren is on the stage, and he's socially distanced from you.
Right.
But you'd get to certain points where you'd be like, this is the way it's supposed to be. Instead of like, oh crumb, this is the way
Well, it's kind of neat that the cast members would say like bright suns, you know, those types of things. So it was,
and
from
the
that standpoint, it was
from
immersive.
Kylo Ren, I mean, Kylo Ren gave me chills.
Yeah,
you know,
and he'd
some
point,
of the things
he'd point right at
he'd
you.
be like right at you, like you need to go move away now, or something like that. You know, you're still suspicious, even though you're traveling in a group. Is what the stormtroopers would say. That was hilarious. But then the signs were brand new. They said, you know, if you're not wearing your mask properly, we're going to ask you to leave. And they were all in English, no trying to make it look like Galaxy's Edge or Black Spire Outpost or anything like that.
And the announcements would come on to basically state those signs and just let everybody know.
Like, here we are.
Yeah. Oh, a nice mug. But that's the great thing about Disney, is that through all of this, okay, and it's just kind of crazy, but they are trying. They are trying to still keep it, well, definitely they're keeping it fun.
And safe.
And
fun and safe.
Yep.
And so there is that fine line. Overall, though, because the parks had been closed, and before the parks shut down for COVID, we'd always had the mindset of, well, we're going to go back. Well, we're getting back here, and if we don't do that, we're gonna do it next time. We're gonna do it next time. We're gonna do it next time.
Sure.
So you do take certain things for granted. I will say that this trip, we took nothing for granted.
No.
All right, we enjoyed every minute of it, and our story is not your story. Okay,
right.
But we do have a 16-year-old who's about to move out of our house, you know, when she turns 18. So being able to grab one more family vacation to Disney World, a place that we all three love to be, and everybody's happy, and
hopefully more, but definitely,
more,
but you don't know anymore.
But you don't know anymore, right? But definitely being able to make those memories once again with our 16-year-old, just that made it all worth it to us.
Yep.
Definitely for me.
Yeah, it was definitely worth it for us. Now, I would say that if you're looking to go to Disney because you want to have, you know, you want to go on every single ride multiple times.
That time has passed.
That time has passed. But also, if you want to go there for the shows, that's really kind of a sticking point right now. I mean, there's very few shows that are going on, which is sad because to me, that's part of what makes Disney Disney.
Part and parcel of what makes Disney Disney.
But you know, it's still there's still a lot of magic with it. I really do believe that. I mean, we experienced that.
We did, and we enjoyed every second, and we took nothing for granted. So in that respect, we definitely got our money's worth out of everything that we did at the parks.
Yeah.
Could it have been better? Sure. Can you say that about every single Disney vacation you take? Yes, you can. That's just it, man. You're not going to get everything done that you want to do. Not every Disney vacation is perfect. You take the 80% of what you want, the other 20% is gravy, and you roll with the punches.
Yeah. So we'd love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments.
Especially if you've been there recently and how you feel about the mask wearing and the socially distancing and how Disney's doing, and whether or not you found it worth it for your family.
And here's the biggest question. Would we go back right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I'm not going to ever turn of a chance to get back to Disney.
I mean, that's the other thing.
Yeah,
is like, you know, just to, you know, say, oh gosh, they don't have the shows and everything, but it's still Disney. At the end of the day, it's still Disney, and it still has a magic of its own that you want to be a part of, or at least that we want to be a part of.
Exactly.
But yeah, definitely leave your comments in, below, guys. We want to hear from you. We love that interaction of knowing what you think, of what you felt on your trip. You know, was it worth it? Do you have a trip coming up? Do you have any questions that maybe we can answer? We'd love to do that. But please, guys, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel.
If you like the video, give it a big thumbs up.
Yeah, and until next time, get out there, have some fun, and we'll see you on the flip side.